Hi, I'm Rob Pritchard and I'm the sports editor at Manx Radio. One of the much later road racing meetings on the calendar, the Macau Grand Prix has attracted some of the top stars from the TT and elsewhere in recent years. And this year is no exception, with household names such as Peter Hickman, Michael Rutter, Davey Todd, Rob Hodson and more heading out onto Macau's streets over the next few days. First practice for the motorcycle classes will take place at 11:45pm UK time on Wednesday the 13th of November, with the 56th Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix race penned in for 1:30am UK time on Saturday the 16th of November. Flying the flag for the Isle of Man there this year are two relatively new faces to the event in Marcus Simpson and Michael Evans. For Simpson, it'll be his debut, after what he describes as a challenging 2024 so far for him personally. Marcus, thanks very much for taking a few minutes to chat with us. Obviously, it's been a while since we last caught up with you. You're one of two Island riders heading over to Macau. First off, just generally, we didn't see you at the Southern 100. You weren't able to race down. We didn't see you at the Manx Grand Prix either. So for those who don't know, could you just explain what you've been up to in the last couple of months?
Yeah, no problem. I've the last couple of months I've been up to I've been back racing. I've been racing at Armoy. I went back there with Joey and the WG racing lads. They helped me out there, and we just got a bit of fun back into riding. We only brought the big bike. Oh no, we didn't. We brought the twin as well. The LMR powered by Droncuff Electrical twin and big bike, and yeah, we just got a bit of fun and enjoyment back into the job, and had a really good weekend. From there, we did the last two World 100 meetings, which one was at Alton Park and the other was at Anglesey, which is the last meeting of the year. It's called the Anglesey Grand. Alton Park, we won a couple of races and then went to the Anglesey Grand, and the main objective at the Grand was to win the Grand again, which I won in 2022, and we won that and won another couple of club races there. So that's what I've been up to, and it's been good to get back into the swing of it, and just, it's been a difficult year. So it's hard to hide that, but the last half of the year has been great. Really enjoyed the riding my bike and being with the people I've been with, and sort of just took it back to basics and gone on my own to the club races and expanded myself, and it's been really good.
You mentioned there it's been quite a tough year. I mean, in what sense? Just in terms of the actual results you've been getting, or just everything that goes into the racing side of things?
Well, obviously I had a good crash at the Northwest and a good crash at the TT, and they were tough to sort of get your head around a little bit, and I think maybe things just weren't right that led to those things, and they've happened. They're in the past. I moved on, and I think maybe some of it boils down to a bit of pressure that maybe I put on myself. There was certainly no pressure from anybody in my camp, but maybe I just lost the idea of the fun of it. So sort of, as I said, gone back to basics, and the one bike, and just really scaled things down a bit and got the fun back into it.
And like you say there, after those setbacks a few months ago, you've as you've put it, look, trying to get the fun back into it. How important is that going into something that could be a really exciting challenge for you at Macau?
So Macau, it's been going for 70 odd years now. It's a great event, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to everything it entails. But for me, as a first timer there, and the nature of the track and stuff like that, and the nature of the race meeting itself, it's purely about going there with Joey, who's been my right hand for the last couple of years, and John, who's been a long-time sponsor of mine, and just going with the lads and, basically thanking them for being with me for the last few years, and having fun with them, and just enjoying riding a bike in China. For me, it's all about opportunities and stories to tell in 20 years' time. It's the Macau Grand Prix, some amazing people have rode there, like Kevin Schwantz and all the rest of the GP guys that went there, and top road races and stuff. So to get the opportunity to go to an event like this and just enjoy it and no pressure is great.
As one of two Island riders going there, Mikey Evans, he's no stranger to Macau. Have you had any conversations with him about what to expect, maybe?
Mikey and his sponsor Goodwood Wood, Graham, very kindly lent me a crate that they used last year, so big thanks to them for that. And when I've sort of been getting that off Mike and stuff, he's given me a couple of tips to basically what he did last year when he was a newcomer, and it's a case of literally just riding, not racing at all, and just riding the track. There's no pressure to do anything, or no result is expected out of you, and just go and enjoy it.
And the timing of the event as well always seems to come at, in inverted commas, the back end of the season, if you like, as well. So would this be a good opportunity after Macau, maybe just to, take stock over the winter break and give you a chance, I suppose, to have that bit of a breather and take everything into perspective over the next few months?
Yeah, absolutely. The plan is I've got a nice couple of weeks planned following Macau, and which will involve no bikes. I've got some time with the family planned over Christmas, and I'm really looking forward to just taking a back step, because this year has been quite full on for me. I think I was in Spain in February, and all the stuff that goes into getting 3 bikes ready prior to that. And then being in Spain for near enough a month, and then straight back home and racing and rebuilding bikes and fixing bikes and driving around the country sorting stuff out. So yeah, it'd be nice to just take a back step for a couple of months and just enjoy the other things life has to offer.
And just finally on all the things you've mentioned there, I think as you put it, there have been some tough lessons at times for numerous reasons over the course of this season. But on the flip side of that, do you think they've been very valuable lessons that you can take into the next campaign?
Absolutely, 100%. Everything that happens teaches you something, and I'm very fortunate to have some really good people in my corner. Whether that's friends, family, or whatever they are, sponsors. I'm looking at most of my sponsors are friends as well, and some people have really stuck by me, and I just can't thank all those people enough for all of that sort of thing that, I have. It has been a tough year. But as you say, you learn something from it, and to go into next year, it really gives me a much better base to work from.
Elsewhere, it's the second year at Macau for Santon Man Evans after his maiden appearance 12 months ago. After steady progress and results at the TT and Manx Grand Prix, among others this year, he explains what he sees as the charms and challenges of the race, as well as what he's been up to in the lead-up to his journey to Asia. First of all, I guess in the last couple of months, for those who don't know, what have you been up to up until this particular point to the next journey?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had quite a successful year with Northwest and TT. We had improved everywhere as I wanted to do, and then after TT, kind of I've been riding different machines. Headed off to Armoy, and I was fastest newcomer there, so that was good fun. Done the Manx as well, won the ultra lightweight race, and had just a generally good Manx and a good year so far. And I've just been trying to do a little bit of riding here and there. Done the endurance up at Derby, and just rolling into Macau again.
Just go back to a couple of things. We'll start with MGP there, and yes, you won the ultra lightweight, the 400 race at the MGP as well on the Feraldo racing machine, and you seem to be. I think you and the team saw the footage. You were all quite emotional after that as well. That clearly, obviously, meant a lot to all of you. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it was an important kind of race. It was more of a, because obviously we were doing it for Gary, so that was an important thing to do, and it was, it made it extra special to win. I mean, it's unfortunate the way the Manx played out in the end. Shortened races and stuff, but makes no odds to me. A race is a race, 1 lap, 4 laps, whatever. It makes no odds. But yeah, it was a special day, that, and something I'll remember for a while.
As you've already alluded to, you've been using different machinery throughout as well, like not just the MGP, but also you mentioned going to Armoy. We've seen you at Derby as well toward the latter end of the campaign as well. So has that been deliberate, going on different machinery, or has it just been the opportunities that have come up? A
bit of both, really. I mean, the opportunities have came up, and I've kind of accepted them to try and ride different machinery, if you know what I mean, to see what I can to try and find what the best bike for me going forward would be if I was in that position. And I mean deliberately as well, so that I can try and ride a bit more after TT. A few times I've kind of done TT, and then you're kind of a bit spent after that, so you kind of just knock it on head for a little bit. But I want to try and continue after TT to ride as much as I possibly can. Especially up to Macau, so I'm a bit sharper than what I was last year.
And that brings us on to Macau, and for those who don't know, you're on machinery that isn't your own this year as well.
Yeah, I'm riding the Dafabet RC Express ZX10, so I rode that in, I think it was August. It was a week after the Manx, actually. Out on Park, we did a bit of a test there, so that wasn't too bad. And then gonna ride it in Macau again.
Now, you made your Macau debut last year as well, so a completely new experience for you. But now that you've got a year under the belt, what are the biggest things you learned, not just on the track, but off it, about the whole meeting?
I mean, on track, it's an extremely unique place. It's as unique as the TT is. it's just a completely different it's a completely different thing. It's a road race, but it's it's quite extreme. So yeah, I mean, last year was take it all in, be steady, and just kind of not ride around, but be sensible with what I'm doing. And obviously this year still be sensible and stuff, but I can kind of go for it a little bit more and just try and improve on what I did last year. And yeah, I mean, the whole place, it's such an experience just to be able to do it. So I think it's just about grabbing it with both hands and just do it.
On one side of it, what would you say are the particular, I suppose, charms of it? Like you say, it's unique like the TT, but in a different way. So what are the kind of biggest enjoyments you got out of it, would you say? I
mean, to be able to go and say that you've ridden, raced your bike around a city in China is quite a unique thing, and it's something that it's when I'm older and stuff, I can say that I did it, and it's the experience really for me. And yeah, I mean, like say the track is it's completely different to anything else that I've ever done before, and it's very it's an extremely technical track, and it's definitely the hardest track that I've ever had to learn. It's not long or anything. I think 2.5 miles ish, something like that. But yeah, so the experience of having to learn it, and you've got to be so precise because there is genuinely no room for error. That's good. That's a good thing about it. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you can't just be you just can't just go for it and just hope it works out. You've kind of got to be quite controlled and really think about what you're doing.
And as we've seen with Macau over the years as well, along with yourself, there's experienced and successful road racers alongside you as well, so you get an idea, I suppose, of some of those ones who maybe have a little bit more experience of it. Do you learn a little bit from them in those sessions around the track, because you don't actually get that many when you're there?
Yeah, no, you don't get a lot of sessions. I mean, last year obviously I kind of stayed away from anybody. I just did my own thing because there's no point in trying to run before you can walk kind of situation. I was just doing my own thing. I'll do my own speed. I know that what I'm capable of. But obviously coming into it in a bit of a different situation this year, you can kind of jump on the back of people, or actually watch them, and if they come past you, you can watch, and it might not even be something that you learn or do straight away, but it's something that if you see what they do, it can really help. So I'll try and do that. Given
this is, in inverted commas, effectively the back end of the season, if you like, what are the kind of main things that you want to get out of it personally, going into next season after that quieter period over the winter, over the next couple of months?
Just stay on the bike, basically. Do you know what I mean? It's another thing to do, and it'd be nice to finish off I've had a fairly good year, and it'd be nice to try and just continue that momentum, and then I don't want to kind of stop that, because it's by the time we're back it's November, and then before you know it, January, we'll be hopefully heading off to Spain. So I just want to keep the momentum up and not really slow down.
Thank you for having the stamina to make it to the end of the Manx Radio Sportscast. You're clearly someone who has their eye on the ball at all times. Want to hear more about the latest sporting news across the Isle of Man and much more? Then might I recommend you take the plunge and subscribe to this series or a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so that, in a flash, all of our finest moments take a winner's place on your smartphone. Thank you.